Buckmeister, it's your boy Buckmeister, twice the nice that you are used to, Shablimson, and today we are talking Hawkeye Episode 1 and 2. So hi, if you're new here, my name is Buckmeister Cool from Meister Geek Media. I talk all sorts of geek media from the comic books and superheroes, animes, mangas, and sci-fis, and fantasies, and all that cool stuff. So if any of that sounds cool to you, please feel free to tickle that subscribe button and that bell button so you never miss a video. So, Hawkeye is here. We got the first 2 episodes, and they're good. I really enjoyed these 2 episodes. First off, we got to talk about the first character that was introduced in this whole shebang. We got to talk about Kate Bishop. And the girl who plays her, we see Kate Bishop as a kid, and then we see Kate Bishop as Haley Steinfeld. Both of those actresses were really good. Really, really, really good. Kate Bishop is she's a nice addition to this whole thing. And I mean, I'm kind of liked her character in the comic books. I have a thing with legacy characters simply because it's the cheaper option for comic book companies to keep their famous characters going instead of building up new characters. So I'm not a huge fan of legacy, but like Hailey Steinfeld's acting in this, A1. And the character writing behind Kate Bishop is also A1. So, it's gonna be good enough that I can let my old grumbled, grizzled, I hate legacy characters thing kind of just, I can push it to the side because they did this so well. Yeah, Kate Bishop in these 2 episodes, she can fight, but she's not invincible. She's a great shot, but she's not the greatest judge of character or the greatest judge of when to act and when not to act and all of those things. And yeah, she's making a lot of mistakes that you're just like, you probably shouldn't do that. But like, she doesn't know she shouldn't do that until she does it, and it like makes sense, type of thing. So yeah, this is a very good character. It's very flawed, very very flawed, but also very very capable. They nailed that balance with this character so far. And then we get Hawkeye. Hawkeye is underrated in my opinion. I don't love Hawkeye, but I like Hawkeye a lot. I feel like he's very, very underrated. Best part of Age of Ultron, he was so good in Civil War. I liked a lot of how he was in Civil War. And a lot of people talk about him flip-flopping. I mean, first off, losing your family to the snap is, you're gonna go down a dark route. But like, the Hawkeye character never gave me the impression that he never had that in him. Like, people are like, why does he feel like he's flip-flopping? No, he's got that in him. It's not even a flip-flop of any kind. He can go from Ronin to jokey Hawkeye, and it will make total sense, because that's the whole spectrum of the emotion of this character. And I feel like Jeremy Renner plays this character super, super well. I like Jeremy Renner a lot in this. And he makes me laugh and everything, and there's this whole funny like LARPing scene or whatever. You just gotta see it, and they make it so dramatic, and he makes it dramatic himself in the moment. And I'm just like, do you LARP on the side there, Jeremy Renner? Just let me know if you LARP, because that was fun. That was so cool to see. The action is really good because, first off and foremost, you just got to get it out of your heads, because comic book logic, movie logic, fiction logic, especially if it's not something tied down in super, super reality, like grounded reality, there's going to be inconsistencies. Because if you remember, like, the Avengers, where, Hawkeye is kicking aliens, and you know what I'm saying? There's this whole thing where he's like diving through like glass head first and all of that stuff and everything, but here he's getting cut and things like that. And then also, if you look at something like what Black Widow was doing in the Avengers movie, her arm should have been ripped. Like, there's a whole scene where she like jumps onto like a space speeder and just grabs on it with her hands, and then her arm should be ripped off. But then you get to her movie and she's barely able to do all of that stuff. So it's inconsistent. Consistent for the most part, but there will be inconsistencies. Because, as a writer, you get tired sometimes. You're just like, man, and they jump onto the thing. So if there's anybody who wants to be talking about the inconsistencies in this show compared to previous showings of Hawkeye in the movies, Don't give the right to the break. Jeez, sometimes they need stuff to happen. That's all I'm saying. So for right now, he's a regular human, and then maybe in another episode he'll be a comic book human. Just let it go. Not that I think MCU fans care about that anyway, but I'm saying here he's super grounded. He's getting cut and all of that stuff like that, and they, folded in some stuff from the Matt Fraction run where he's got the hearing aid. You saw it in the trailer and everything. So yeah, this Hawkeye is definitely gonna, like, if a lot of people have been comparing this to Die Hard 1, because apparently that's the best. Like, that's the best one. I haven't watched Die Hard 1. I've seen clips here and there. So yeah, apparently that's what they're doing with this series, with Hawkeye himself in particular. Whereas maybe, Kate Bishop gets beefier and beefier, Hawkeye, gets less beefier and beefier, because they're planning for Kate Bishop to be his replacement, type of thing. So for the new Avengers stuff, which is, that's another series that they have been planning. They've been dropping seeds here and there. So we're gonna see how that pans out in all of this thing. But I think she'll be a decent replacement, and I wish Hawkeye can get a nice retirement, a better retirement than Iron Man, most definitely, which I think he's going. It's obvious because Captain America got a pretty good one, I guess, even though he messed up the timeline. It is so headache inducing. But I'm saying, if they're going to retire the Hawkeye, Jeremy Renner's going to be like, okay, I'm cool on the Hawkeye. I hope they give him a nice retirement. He's a really good character, and he's very underrated. Lots of nice carryover from Age of Ultron. There's a lot of nice carryover from Age of Ultron. You get to see the family again. You get to see the family dynamic with the wife and everything. And it also adds a dimension to Hawkeye that Captain America and Iron Man. I mean, Iron Man eventually had that, but he never had that in the beginning. Not really. Like, this is a dude who has been a super agent forever, and like his wife knew it, but she also knew how to hold it down for the family, and like the family even know who he is. And yes, they get worried because they're like, Dad, we want you to come back home. And now they're seeing that they're sensing there's some sort of danger with what's going on with their dad, and like, but they still want him. Like, they still, he's like, Dad, please stay safe. So that's another thing, because I know for superheroes you're not allowed to have families. Like, that's the rule. Ask Spider-Man. They had to go to another dimension for him to have a family. So this family dynamic, it's also balanced out really well. They also drop some major characters that could lead to other bigger potential things, like folding in the Netflix-verse into the main universe, or doing a whole recast. We don't know at this point. But like, the character that they do introduce in these two episodes is tied to a lot of other characters, which is a very exciting announcement for comic book nerds like me, where we get our conspiracy theory brains going. So we're gonna see again how that pans out, I guess. But like, yeah, it's a very major reveal, especially if you've been following comic books for a while now, and the Netflix news. If you've been following that for a while now, you probably know what I'm talking about. And those are my thoughts on the Hawkeye series, episode 1 and 2. A lot of fun, a lot of good time, definite recommended watch. And this is going to be a very good series. I have to rank it by the end of it, but right now, it's probably right under WandaVision for me. Yeah, it goes, because I like the Falcon and the Winter Soldier the best, and then I like WandaVision. And yeah, this is so far sitting for me over there. So we'll have to see when the series wraps up. Look at that, you made it to the end of the video. You are spectacular. Now, if you really like this video, I got another one up here, I got a playlist down there, I got an icon you can click on to subscribe. Remember to ring the bell if you do subscribe, and I'll see you all in another video, because that's when that's gotta be out. Peace.